Joining me now is Shadow Home Affairs Minister Kristina Keneally. Kristina Keneally, thanks for your time. Tell us about the situation in your adopted new home of Liverpool and surrounds with the floods at the moment.
Well, good afternoon, Andrew. I'm coming to you from my place in Liverpool here, but right throughout southwest Sydney, we are seeing homes being evacuated, businesses being evacuated, and of course, today the tragic news that 2 people in Western Sydney have died, taking the national toll to about 20 people. And the stories right across the eastern seaboard are just heartbreaking, and my heart goes out to families who have lost homes, loved ones and businesses. But Andrew, here in southwest Sydney, we have evacuation orders in place for parts of Chipping Norton, Landsvale and Warwick Farm. Some of the scenes from Landsvale are quite extraordinary, people kayaking down the road to get to safety. What we are seeing as well is that while the Georges River has peaked, the warnings that it could peak again, and therefore it's really important that people pay attention to the Bureau of Meteorology in particular, as well as the New South Wales SES. Now, we've got just so many volunteers out helping. I hope to be able to back out this afternoon to join some of those SES volunteers here in Fairfield and Liverpool. But what we're seeing as well is that even if you don't live near the Georges River or a creek, we've got roads that are have little creeks and streams running down them because the ground is so saturated. The stormwater drains are really struggling, and there's just so much water. Events like the International Women's Day event I was attending this afternoon in Moorebank have been cancelled. It is simply not safe, and people should not go out onto the roads unless they absolutely have to.
No doubt about it. Now, Kristina Keneally, the Prime Minister has indicated that ERC are meeting today with a view towards a big floods assistance package. Is that something you welcome, the government appearing to act in a timely fashion here?
Well, we would certainly welcome any relief or resources going into people who are in the middle of this unfolding disaster and who definitely need support. But Andrew, this government's had a nearly $5 billion emergency relief fund. They haven't yet finished one flood mitigation project from it, and they haven't yet spent 1 cent in assisting people to recover from a disaster such as a bushfire or a flood. Now, the government created this fund for a rainy day. Let me make this point. The rainy day is here. It is well and truly here. People on the north coast of New South Wales, people in Queensland, they are just crying out for assistance, and they're asking, where is the national government?
All right, well, Kristina Keneally, to access that money, you and the government would have to amend legislation so that you couldn't just access 150 or 200 million a year, that you could access the whole $4 billion. So are you saying Labor's position is you want to access that $4 billion?
And Labor has been calling for the government to make provisions to do just that. Murray Watt, Anthony Albanese, our entire front bench, and our local members who are representing their communities who've been impacted. We've been begging the government, crack open the fund. I mean, what is the point of a rainy day fund unless you're going to use it when a disaster strikes? Now, Labor has also been clear, Andrew, we have also been clear that we will commit $200 million a year to mitigation strategies to help make communities more resilient when floods or bushfires come.